Hey everybody, it's Mage Captain Gilshanks. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X: The No Secret Challenge. Let's go down here now because I know some of you are probably going to be annoyed if I don't pick this up. That's actually not what I was looking for. I believe there's actually a chest to pick up in this area if you go down. Maybe you don't have to. Oh no, it's like, oh, it's my bad. You have to go over here. And this is the Sun Crest. Now, this is an item that can be used to obtain Tidus's ultimate weapon. I'm not going to be going for that in this run though. There's actually a lot of side quests I'm going to be leaving out. But a couple of you did mention it in the comment section, so I figured it was at least worth showing and doesn't really harm to necessarily pick it up. So anyway, in the previous episode, we learned a lot about Jecht and the whole process of what the final Aeon actually is, and so on and so forth. So yes, Jecht was chosen to be the Faith for Braska's final summoning. And as a result, what happens is when Sin is defeated with the final summoning, that final summoning actually becomes the next Sin, hence why Jecht is the current Sin. And at the same time, we have a cutscene, so I'm going to save the rest of the spiel for after that.
I know. It's about you, right?
I am also an unsent. You are not surprised.
I think I kinda knew. It was Yunalesca, wasn't it?
When Braska and Jecht died defeating Sin, I just couldn't accept it. I came back here, tried to avenge them. But she struck me down. Somehow I made my way, crawling down Mount Gagazet. But my strength left me, just outside Bevel. That's where Kamari found me. I told him about Yuna, just before I died. I've been wandering ever since, never going to the far plane.
Auron.
Don't make that face. Being dead has its advantages. I was able to ride Sin and go to your Zanarkand.
And you've been watching over me since then, haven't you? Why? What's the big idea? Why me?
It is one of those things that is difficult to explain. Very well, I will show you. My memories.
Can I ask you one last favor? Nah, never mind.
Out with it.
Okay, listen good. Take care of my son. My son in Zanarkand. He's such a crybaby. He needs someone there to hold his hand, see? Take care of him, will you?
But how am I supposed to go to Zanarkand?
Hey, you said it yourself. There must be a way to get there, right? You'll find it.
All right. I will. I give you my word. I'll take care of your son. I'll guard him with my life.
Thanks, Auron. You were always such a stiff. But that's what I liked about you.
That is why.
Okay, wow, plot twist after plot twist. So Auron is in fact dead, and he has been dead since the beginning of this game, essentially making him the Bruce Willis of this story. All right, so let's go on forward here and talk a little bit more about some of the plot aspects that are coming up. Now, there are certain things that I'll be honest with you, I don't know if they actually are meant to be explained in this game. Maybe if it's some kind of a side quest that I never did. Maybe it has to do with the fact that I never went after all the Jecht spheres before, at least until this run in particular, that I plan on doing that. But, yeah, there's a lot more to this story that the only reason why I found out was because I looked it up, you know, years later online. A lot about who Yunalesca actually is and how this whole Sin thing came into being in the first place. Because there's a lot that, through the natural course of the story, they're just not going to explain. So, as we learn a little bit more about Yunalesca, I'll be more comfortable bringing up those ideas just for the sake of avoiding spoilers for now. So, having taken care of all of that, I think we're pretty much done with the cutscenes for a while. I mean, we have one more coming up, And then after that, we're actually going to be free to explore, because remember, this is actually the end of the line. There is no, you know, the next major area of the game. There's We've pretty much unlocked almost everything. And as a result, we don't really have all that much left to do. So I'm going to go through here now. And I believe another cutscene should trigger any second now, so I'm kind of like stalling and just waiting for that. But in the meantime, I will say, this actually gives us an opportunity to go and hunt after some things before we wrap things up, because we have very little left to actually do with the game. So if you come over here, you'll notice it actually does transition into a cutscene, even though it still lets you walk around during it. And oh my god, look who's right there! Jesus Christ. Talk about the cow in the corner of the room.
Dad? I know. The final summoning's gone. But I'll think of something. Just give me a little more time.
Aren't we the happy-looking bunch?
Frana! Frana!
Where? Where? That all you can say? Why don't you think of something?
Well, any good ideas?
Come on, help us.
What do we know? Sin is Jekt. Thus you have a link, a bond with Sin. That may be our key.
So, what do we do?
We think and we wait.
Two things I'm bad at.
Okay, can we wrap things up here, please? Dialogue or not? My god, this is taking a while now. I realize the importance of this scene because this is the first time that Yunit's actually coming face to face with Sid, and I understand the significance behind that, but still though, can we like wrap this up, please? Oh, that's adorable. The poor guy. He's so happy to see his niece again. Alright, you know what? Screw this. I should have been doing a commentary over this whole thing anyway. Alright, so, we are back on the airship, and this is a good thing. So hang on one second, let me just save real quick, because I actually haven't had a chance to do that. Okay, now that we are back, we are once again on the airship, but now we can actually use this as an option to go to different areas of the game that we've previously been to. This is how we're going to go back and pick up all the Jekt spheres. We are going to use this to finish up collecting the Albed primers. But most importantly, the first thing we're going to do is not be able to use the damn airship until we progress the game even further. Ah! Okay. For Christ's sake, Lottie! What I'm actually going to try to do now, because I don't remember exactly what you need to do to trigger this cutscene, but what I am going to do now is sort of run around here, probably go to the deck of the airship, and perhaps that'll do it. So I'm going to meet you guys over there right now.
I'm no good. At all.
Yeah, you're a real pain in the ass, Yuna, I gotta say. Alright, so, there's something else I want to talk about, because this is, like, really nonsense as far as cutscenes go. There's really nothing important here. Anyway, so something I do want to talk about is maybe you guys who don't know this game can actually draw a connection based on the clues that they've already given.
No apologies.
There's a religion built around Yevon, some strange character that we don't really know anything about. But supposedly Yevon is the all-powerful figure in Spira, and they fear Yevon, and Yevon punishes people for using Machina by creating sin and having it destroy anything that's sort of above the stage of being a small village. In other words, anything that actually has or tendencies to advance their technologies and you know, evolve in the field of technology overall. At the same time, Yunalesca is somehow connected with a character named Yevon. And effectively, Yevon creates a brand new sin every single time that the previous one is defeated. And also, let's keep in mind that Yunalesca is from the original Zanarkand, which lost in a war against Bavel due to Bavel's advancing technology. I think that right there should provide enough clues for you guys to sort of figure out exactly what the deal is behind this Yevon character. Now, there are additional details that they're just not going to explain in over the course of this game, or if they do, it's never happened to me because it's not along the course of the, you know, the main plot events. It would be something that you have to find out by doing some kind of a side quest. So I actually found out about it by reading things ahead of time. But that's all I want to really talk about as far as plot things go. So I'm going to meet you guys back at the bridge, where hopefully something will actually happen.
Hey guys, I just had a great idea.
It was my idea. Let me tell them.
It's like this, yeah?
I just thought...
The hymn's the key.
Ah!
The hymn?
Sir Jecht likes the hymn of the faith, correct?
Yeah.
That's why he was listening to it in Macalania.
Sin, violence incarnate, listening peacefully.
I know it's your old man, and I don't mean no disrespect, but...
No, it's fine. I've gotten used to it.
Let me say it. If we attack Sin head-on, we've little chance of winning. However, if he hears the hymn of the faith, he will become docile.
Yeah, and that's when we make our move. Might be against the rules and all, but who's keeping track, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, it could really work.
Yeah. Yeah. It's worth a try.
Okay, excellent. Now we have the option to travel around on the airship. So there's something I want to take care of real quick before we end things off here, because I didn't realize how long these cutscenes would be. So, by talking to, not brother, actually I went to the wrong guy. By talking to Sid, we can actually use the airship to travel to different areas of the world map. Now, in previous Final Fantasies, there actually was a world map that you could actually explore, like a physical one that you could walk around on. In this game, it's sort of represented by this menu, and then you can pick an option and go directly to one area or another. So, we have the high bridge here, and we don't necessarily like that. I think you gotta go to the high bridge first. Okay, what I really want to do is go to Zanarkand Ruins and redo that Cloister of Trials, because remember, like I said, you have to do it twice in order to unlock the treasure that you get from that one. And remember, we need all of the treasures in order to do a certain something that I've been kind of keeping under wraps for now. But I believe you have to go to high bridge first, so we're going to do that. Finalize our plans here, and then in the next episode, we're going to kick things off right by going back to Zanarkand Ruins. So, let's go to High Bridge now, because I get the feeling they're not going to let me trigger what I want to trigger unless we do this first.